Okay, so I gave you a timeline of XenApp, but some of you might be XenDesktop administrators. Some of you may not have worked with XenApp and might be also interested in kind of the timeline of XenDesktop. Where did XenDesktop start? How did it start? How it evolved? Now, XenDesktop obviously has a shorter time span, so we're going to go through this a little quicker. So XenDesktop started in 2008, and the first version of XenDesktop was 2.0. That was in the May timeframe. And essentially that was just the basic release. It was a put together solution of multiple Citrix solutions. Wasn't very effective. You could see that you could see that they knew where they wanted to go, but the technologies weren't integrated enough to deliver a true solution. But since version 2.0, they've obviously built on top of that vision. Now, 2.1 was also released. 2.1 had support for Hyper-V and System Center Virtual Machine Manager. That was in the September timeframe of 2008. In 2009, specifically in February, version 3.0 was released, and that had better scalability. It had better profile management, which was very important, especially for VDI. In the November timeframe, again, 2009, version 4.0 came out. You can see how fast those versions were coming out because, again, they were trying to integrate that. They knew that there was a problem with what they were delivering, so there was very rapid versions here. And version 4.0 was actually a pretty decent version. It had support for multi-forest. It had failover and roaming support. So there were some additional enhancements there. But it wasn't until version 5.0 that XenDesktop really started to come together. The architecture changed to a .NET architecture. You now had the machine creation services. So you had the option of either using machine creation services or provisioning services, but machine creation services was a little easier to provision. So that was out in December of 2010, and that was, that's essentially that turning point in XenDesktop's history. In 2011, we saw a version 5.5 saw the light in August, and that had a better user experience. It had better monitoring capabilities. In 2012, in February, we saw a version 5.6 make its way, and that had the personal vDisk, which was an acquisition that Citrix had made of Ringcube. It also had support for System Center 2012. In 2013, we saw version 7 come out, again in the June timeframe, and that was the XenApp to XenDesktop convergence that we're going to be talking about throughout this course, and that was kind of a cornerstone in the XenDesktop product development cycle. Also in 2013, in the October timeframe, we saw XenDesktop 7.1 also saw the light with some enhancements again to version 7.0.